Well, welcome to Bourbon Writers. In tonight's first pour series, we're going to crack open the Hole Cavehill. Now, this is a bourbon that I picked up during one of our Lucky 7 bourbon hunts. We actually picked it up in our four-wheeler, not on our motorcycle, but it was during one of those events, one of those weeks when we were hunting bourbon. And I always thought, it was a very interesting bottle. It's got a unique design to it, and the more I looked into it, the Cavehill seemed to be the bourbon I wanted to try first in the Rabbit Hole lineup. So there's not a whole lot of information on the bottle, although it's a very interesting bottle. If you go to the front, it tells you it's 95 proof. They tell you it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. On the side, they tell you it's a 4-grain small batch. And it says this bourbon consists of 70% corn, 10% malted wheat, 10% malted barley, and 10% honey malted barley. Never chill filtered as it should be. Well, that's an interesting statement. Also something about it, aged in handcrafted casks by Kelvin Cooperage. Now, I've heard that Kelvin Cooperage before. I don't know the significance of that barrel maker, but I've heard that name before. So, I don't know if you can see that in the light there. It's got a very interesting kind of embedded rabbit going down a hole. Pretty cute, right? Very tall bottle. When it's been sitting on my shelf, they're going like, holy crap, I hope that will fit on my shelf. We're redesigning the studio, so we're going to have a whole new fresh look, and I have to be sure that some of my taller bottles like this will fit on the shelves. We're going to have a lot more bourbon on the shelves behind us in the near future, so that should be interesting. But tonight, it's all about this Rabbit Hole Cavehill. So we're going to, before we get into popping the top, I went to their website, rabbitholedistillery.com. I'm going to put that on the bottom for you. And just went in and was looking at the Cavehill. And they've got more information than I can read to you. We don't have time for all that. We're into tasting bourbons, right? And we're going to pop this top. So we've already taken the plastic off. And that's a sizable wood topper on there. You can get a good handle on that. Oh, and some sunshine did come out. Nice. Oh, that smells lovely. I definitely get some fruit going there. Wow. Okay, we've got our fresh, clean Glencairn out. Let's get some chugging. Very mild chugging. There wasn't a whole lot of bottle in there that wasn't filled already with bourbon. That is a beautiful bottle. You know, I made a comment the other day that some bourbons seem to put more money in their bottles than they do their whiskey. I'm hoping that's not the case tonight, but that is a beautiful bottle. Well done, Rabbit Hole. All right. Let's see what kind of oil we have in this fine bourbon. Now, I read somewhere that it's a 3-year bourbon, I believe. I'll correct myself on the bottom if I'm wrong. Got some nice film, and yeah, definitely got some legs going there. So, looks pretty good, and it's a beautiful amber, a little bit reddish, if you ask me. I'm saying that, you know, I'm partially colorblind. I'm not the best person to judge colors, but to me, it's amber with a reddish hue. Let's see what the nose thinks about all this. That's got a lot of aroma to it. Wow. I definitely, to me, light fruit. Yeah, all day long. Apples, pears. Oh, some vanilla. little bit of baking spice, not much oak. Very fruity and sweet. Well, let's see if we can find this honey and creamy orange. I could care less if there's mint in there. Cheers. That's got a good deal of spice going on right on the tip of the tongue. Definitely some fruit. I would say you can't really be sure it's orange, but it is kind of citrus flavor. Some sweetness. The spice continues along over the palate. It seems to be just the right sweetness too. I was expecting like maybe this would be too sweet. You know, I've got a few bourbons. As much as I like sweet bourbons, there's a few I have that's really on the sweet side. And I like that balance. I like a little bit of sweet, I like a little bit of fruit, I like a little bit of proof. This seems to have all that. Now the proof's not real high, it's 95, so it's close to my sweet spot of 100. Let's take another sip. I don't know about the mint. I really don't pick up any mint. I do pick up the honey, and they talk about a creamy orange, and I would say the creaminess I get is in the viscosity of it. It's not a thin bourbon. It seems to have the right thickness to it, and that the citrus along with the honey, it seems to be well balanced. Even the spice that comes in a little hot right at first doesn't translate into the finish. The peppery spices I was picking up in the palate go away quick. You're left with a kind of a fruity sweetness with some light baking spices. It's quite wonderful. It really is. It's got a terrific finish. Well, let's take one more sip and we'll come back with final thoughts. Final thoughts. Well, I can tell you this Rabbit Hole Cavehill has surprised the hell out of me. I was expecting a mild bourbon. I'd read before about it being a 4-grain, and I thought, well, this could be pretty good. It's better than pretty good. It is very good. And I think that if you're a 4-grain guy, or if you're a person that doesn't like a high rye content in your mash bill, I think you're going to love this. So, our rating system or recommendation system basically is 1 through 5, and we'll put that over here. 1 being absolute top of the hill, stop the video, go get it now. It's in that much short supply, or it's that fantastic, or whatever reason that we give you a level 1. We're saying you need to go get this. We think it's going to disappear off the shelves. Or level 2, make it your next purchase. We think it's that good. We think you'll enjoy it. Level 3, we still recommend it. We just think shop around, get a good price. Don't be in a hurry. Get a good price on this. We think it's a good bourbon, and there's plenty of time for you to enjoy it. Well, tonight, this Rabbit Hole Cavehill, we think is a solid 3, if not maybe a smidgen above that. And the only reason I say this is I see the Rabbit Hole Cavehill all over the place, but I see a variety in pricing of it. And there is a few bourbons like that, and that's really an issue for me, that if I see a wide fluctuation in prices from bottle shop to bottle shop, then usually I'm going to recommend, even though I like the bourbon and I like this bourbon, I'm going to recommend you shop around so you get it at a fair price. We hope you enjoyed this video, And you'll subscribe for more videos like this. We're always trying to add more content, and during the summer we're adding more shows, and we're experimenting with shows to see if we want to keep them into the fall. So we've kind of changed the things a little bit here. We've got 2 first pour series every week now, and we're rotating our features, our bourbon hunt, our bourbon fight, and our blinded series. We do those on Saturdays so we can rotate them in and out, because they take a lot more production, a lot more time to produce. We're glad you came by tonight, and as always, never drink and drive. Please drink responsibly. Go out and experiment and find you some new bourbon, because we'll see you next time.